Hi, my name is Kevin Haralson, and this is my entry to the Be the Next Bestselling Author.com competition sponsored by Simpleology Bestseller Blueprint. This is the Atom Project. An out-of-work man named Emmanuel is suddenly thrust into a world of unknown when what he thinks is a simple sleep study goes all wrong. Thinking he would be able to make enough money to keep his family afloat for a while, he makes the trek to the sleep study. He doesn't know that the sleep study is actually an experiment being conducted by top scientists who are in the process of unlocking the ultimate human potential, an unknown branch of the government who are looking for the perfect operative agent, and infiltrated by two other even more secretive organizations. The Daesh, a group of religious fanatics formed from every organized religion built to destroy any endeavor that might cast doubt on a living God, and a centralized group of people from every crime organization who are creating the perfect underworld. Since every human being going through this study has died due to the interference of the Daesh, the government, who screens each individual to make sure there are no loose ends, makes a critical clerical error and mix his paperwork up with a vagabond who has no family and connections to anything, which allows him to participate in the experiment. Due to a mental lapse from one of the clinical technicians, a member of the Daesh, a mistake is made which switches the actual serum for the placebo and deadly serum, which has killed every participant before him. Suddenly, after the third day of sleep, the man arises to find his world turned upside down. He also does not understand that he now has almost 100% use of his mental facility and his physical and other abilities, as we find out later. The first thing he hears is that he is supposed to be dead, and that the scientist will probably perform an autopsy. In the blink of an eye, he plans an escape, which is perfect. But once he escapes, he unlocks the most massive man search that the general public never hears about. The scientists want him back to find out how it finally worked, and to autopsy his remains to see why he survived. The government agencies want to see if he has the ability to do what they want, but he has to die to keep it secret. The Daesh just want him dead, and the underworld want to capture him and duplicate the experiment and or sell him or his body to the highest bidder. For 1 month, everyone he met or talked to after his escape disappears or seems to die. He knew it was just a matter of time before they unraveled who he was, which would ultimately lead to his family, his friends, and his loved ones. As he grew accustomed to his new abilities, another change started taking place in his life. He started caring more for those who were hurting, lost, empty, and searching. He came to realize that he had a responsibility to those that he noticed, since he had the ability to help them. He started leaving hints and setting up ideas, thoughts, and writings with people who had the ability to carry on these things to help others. But he knew that no one would be safe, especially his wife and kids, unless he gave the only thing he could to do to save them, his life. He is in a race with time. No one moment is wasted because he knows the final outcome and his time is short. He comes to terms with what must happen. The preciousness of life floods in, and the remorse of not being able to be with his family burns in his chest. He finally is able to help his family in every way, and now he has to say goodbye before he leaves. Broken-hearted, he sets up for the final conflict between he and each of the factions involved. He plans something that will put an end to each of their quests. An end that clears up, exposes, implodes, and eradicates their purpose for harming others. As he dies, he wishes for only one last thing: the desire to hold his family and to share with them how much he loves them. All goes black. Suddenly, he comes to find himself in bed after the third day of sleep, and he hears that he is supposed to be dead. He realizes that he must have happened in his dreams, and he chooses to end it all now by slowing his heart to a stop. In the autopsy room, a single person opens the body drawer to find an empty drawer. Great. They moved or buried the body already.